For centuries, we've relied on banks and governments to manage our money. But this system has flaws: high fees, slow international transfers, and the constant risk of inflation, where your money loses value because more of it is printed. What if there was a better way? A way to have money that is truly yours without a middleman. In the midst of the 2008 global financial crisis, when trust in banks was at an all-time low, a mysterious person or group using the name Satoshi Nakamoto published a 9-page white paper. This document outlined a revolutionary idea: a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. No one knows who Satoshi really is, but their idea would change the world. At its core, Bitcoin is a digital currency, but it's more useful to think of it as a giant, global, transparent ledger. This ledger, called the blockchain, records every single Bitcoin transaction. It's not stored in one bank's computer. It's copied on thousands of computers worldwide, making it decentralized and incredibly secure. This new system offers powerful benefits. First, decentralization. No single entity controls it. Second, security. It's protected by advanced cryptography like an unbreakable digital lock. Third, transparency. Every transaction is public and verifiable. And finally, it's permissionless. Anyone, anywhere, can use it without needing approval. So how does it work? New transactions are grouped into blocks. The powerful computers called miners compete to solve a complex math puzzle. The first one to solve it gets to add the new block to the blockchain and is rewarded with newly created bitcoins. This process is called mining. It secures the network and introduces new bitcoins in a controlled way. On January 3, 2009, Satoshi mined the first block, known as the Genesis block. They embedded a headline from the Times newspaper: "Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks." This was a clear statement of Bitcoin's purpose: to create an alternative to the unstable banking system. The first real-world Bitcoin transaction happened in 2010 when a programmer named Laszlo Hanyecz paid 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. Today, we celebrate Bitcoin Pizza Day as a reminder of its humble beginnings. Those pizzas would eventually be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Bitcoin's purpose is to be digital gold. Like physical gold, it's scarce. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins created. This scarcity makes it a potential store of value. It's also a borderless means of exchange, allowing people to send value across the world as easily as sending an email. For years, Bitcoin was worth just pennies. But as more people learned about it, its price began to climb. In 2011, it hit $1. By 2013, it soared past $100. The world was starting to take notice, and the first major boom and bust cycles began. In 2017, Bitcoin entered the mainstream spotlight. Media hype and a wave of new investors drove the price to unbelievable heights. In December 2017, Bitcoin reached nearly $20,000. It felt like everyone was talking about it. But what goes up must come down. In 2018, the bubble burst. The price crashed, falling over 80% from its peak. This period, known as the crypto winter, shook out many speculators. But the core technology and community continued to grow stronger. Bitcoin proved it was more than a fad. In 2020 and 2021, major public companies and institutions began buying Bitcoin for their treasury, treating it as a legitimate asset class, digital gold. This institutional adoption drove the price to a new all-time high, surpassing $60,000 in 2021. You can buy Bitcoin on online exchanges, but to truly be your own bank, you need a wallet. A wallet holds your private keys, the passwords that prove you own your Bitcoin. For ultimate security, some people use paper wallets or hardware devices. A paper wallet is literally your keys printed on paper, stored safely offline away from hackers. Remember, whoever holds the private keys owns the Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price continues to be volatile, with new highs and new corrections. But its journey is far from over. It has evolved from an obscure experiment to a global financial asset, challenging our very definition of money and empowering individuals with financial sovereignty. Bitcoin isn't just about getting rich. It's about a fundamental shift, from trusting institutions to trusting code. It's the idea that money can be open, global, and belong to everyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next one. See you in the next video.